The Siena women's soccer team is 5-2-2 on the season, off to one of its best starts in years, and deserving her fair share of the credit is Kenzie Waterman. The senior defender out of Canton, Massachusetts, has started all 9 matches this year. But even though she's a ubiquitous presence in the Saints defense, she's rarely on campus. That's because Kenzie takes almost all of her classes in Troy at RPI. She's a part of the 3-2 program. That's 3 years of classes at Siena, then 2 years of classes elsewhere, in her case RPI, which results in 2 undergraduate degrees, 1 from each cooperating school. And Kenzie found time in her very busy schedule to stop by our studio. Thanks for being here. You keeping you from homework or anything right now?
Yeah, homework.
A little bit?
Yeah.
It's going to be a long night for you?
Yeah, it always is.
Kenzie, usually it's a very simple question when somebody says, where do you go to school? It's not so simple with you. Have you had people ask you that question like, well, it's a long story?
Yep.
How do you answer it?
Well, first I start with, well, I kind of live at Siena and play soccer there,
right?
Kind of. And I take a class there, kind of, because it's only 1 credit, so it doesn't really matter. And then I take classes at RPI, and I'm a full-time student there, and then everyone's like, I don't get it. So then I have to slowly explain it again.
Then you start over at the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you have an identity crisis sometimes, whether you're an RPI student, Siena student?
Yes. All the time, actually. It's very confusing.
How do you deal with it?
I don't know. It's a very different world at RPI than Siena. Siena, I'm a different person. I'm known there. I'm an athlete there. I'm kind of more of a big deal there. And then RPI, I'm just another person in the crowd. When
did you first decide that this was something you wanted to do?
The beginning of my sophomore year. I've always been interested in engineering, but Siena didn't have that. And then when I figured out about the 3-2 program, I was very excited, and then I got into it, and I got in somehow to RPI, and it all works out.
At RPI, obviously your teammates at Siena know you're taking classes at RPI. Do your professors and your friends who've made it RPI know that you're playing on the Siena soccer team?
No. I told some of them, but the teachers don't get it, so I have to explain it again. It's a very confusing situation.
How crazy are your days, starting at RPI early in the morning, at Siena late, not to mention traveling with the soccer team?
It's very time-consuming, but I enjoy it. I like being a different person at RPI and Siena. It's fun.
So it's a different lifestyle. Do you feel different, like a different personality maybe when you're at RPI?
Yes, very different. RPI is very unique. Everyone there is very different, and Siena, a lot of people are the same. So I feel like I can be more myself at RPI, but then a different side of me at Siena.
Sure. What are the advantages to this 3-2 program?
Definitely to get 2 sides of feel at a campus. Like being at Siena, it's one thing, and then being at RPI, it's another. And especially because I get 2 degrees, which is great, and I've always wanted to do engineering, so it worked out.
And what can this extra degree you'll get from RPI as a mechanical engineering? What can that do for your career? What do you want your career to be?
I want to work in sports engineering.
Wow.
So and my town at home, there's Reebok who has the internship, so I'm hoping maybe that. And then with the physics background, it definitely helped out with the engineering classes at RPI. So.
Well, in order for us to kind of learn a little bit more about what you're talking about with regards to the engineering, Sports Edge reporter Brittany Devane tagged along with you. She was your shadow today, so this is a day in the life of Kenzie.
So what do we do with a transformer?
I like morning classes. I'm a morning person. So last semester at Siena, I was in 8 a.m.s. I have them every day here. I think we're building an inductor. So we had to measure it across the room at 40 meters, and then now we have to wrap it around the tube to make it. It's supposed to look like that, and then next part, calculate the resistance using the equation. So we have to measure each part of it out. So first we started by measuring the resistance of our wire, and then next we have to measure the inductance, but that's where we hit a wall. So I should redo it. Yeah. We were overlapping our wire too much, and it, like when we go to plot it, it would cause like too much noise, so the waves would be like crazy. And we have to re-wrap the wire, so none of it's the coil, so yeah, none of it's overlapping. You just jinxed it.
How was the final product? Did it work?
I don't think so. I think we messed up the frequencies. We have to go back and measure the capacitance of each capacitor again. Coming out here, it's such a relief, like a stress-free environment away from school, and I just like de-stress here. Everything's better. I do have a break going from class to soccer, so I go from class 8 to 12 every day, and then I have that break, so I like change, do homework, of course. Soccer's every day. On the week, it's like 4 every day, and then we have games like Wednesdays and Saturdays now, but we have 1 day off. I do homework and work. Everything I've done so far has made me the person I am today, so I don't regret anything.
Now, I'm no expert, but I think I heard you say something about a flux capacitor. Now, you know, that's what makes time travel possible. Doc Brown invented that in Back to the Future. That's not even a real thing. What were you guys doing in class?
Okay, so that class is very hands-on. It's a lot of circuits, a lot of electricity, because it's more for electrical engineers, but basically for that project we're trying to build an inductor to run, but it's hard. That class is very time-consuming.
I would imagine. When did you get involved or think that engineering was something you wanted to pursue? When you were a little girl or more recently?
Definitely when I was a little girl. Also, both my parents are engineers, so I kind of asked what they did. I've been on the job site with my dad, and I was very interested in it. So.
I guess, did they play soccer as well, or where did the athletic side come from?
My dad played hockey and baseball in college, and my mom played soccer and softball.
Oh, okay. So yeah, athletics and engineering just kind of went hand in hand with the family. Tell me about this year's team at Siena. You guys are off to the best start, certainly since you've been there. Did you get a sense before the season started that this kind of could be your year?
No, honestly, I just assumed it was going to be another year, but our leadership with the captains and the seniors is great this year, and everyone gets along, and there's no drama, so definitely works.
How much fun has it been getting off to the kind of start you've had so far?
The best ever. And like, when you win, it just makes you feel so much better, and you know everyone's working hard and helping each other in the field. It's a great feeling. Did
you have team goals that you kind of created before the season started?
Yeah, definitely, because it's my senior year and might be my last. Definitely try to win every game and at least put as much heart as you can on the field.
What about like a conference championship? Is that something that's talked about?
Yes, definitely. We're definitely trying to get that.
And obviously you haven't done anything yet that would make you think that that's not possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Until you hurt your hamstring. How bad is that? What'd you do?
I don't know. I shouldn't have practiced when I did. Took too many kicks.
Yeah?
Bad luck, always.
You going to be okay? You going to recover from it?
Yes, okay. Better be.
Well, the team needs you, so we went and talked to some of your teammates about you, not only about what you mean to the team as a player, but also this crazy schedule and double life that you lead. So let's listen to what some of your teammates had to say.
She's just the life of the party. She'll just always be laughing. No, even if the joke is not funny, you can count on her to laugh at your joke.
Kenzie loves to talk. She screams in her sleep. I'm her roommate, so I have to deal with that every once in a while, which is a little rough.
She's left-footed, so that's like a really big deal.
She likes eggs. That's her favorite food.
Someone told me she transferred, and I was like, I don't think so. It's like she goes to Siena still.
Whenever she is in the room, she's doing homework, so she's got a tight schedule.
Oh, she's always doing homework. Always doing homework on the bus. I don't know why she does it or how she does it. I would hate it.
I see her like early in the morning and then at night or at practice. During the day, she's gone.
Never. I don't see her at all besides practice.
She definitely breaks the barrier of the whole math and science kind of girl because she's hilarious to be around, always down to have a good time. So I think it's just the new generation of girls, you know, ready to kick some butt in the sciences.
She's a very smart player on the field, always knows what to do with the ball, never puts me in a bad position. I may put her in a bad position 1 or 2 times, but everything's fine. She's a very understanding player.
The game is made up of decisions and options, and being that she's a math, science, engineering person, I think there's some calculations being made from her, and she does make the right decision more often than not, and that's one of her keys to her success.
And I don't know what my favorite part of that was. Your favorite food is eggs. We learned that. I've never heard anybody say that before. And you scream in your sleep. Maybe we should start there. Is that true?
Yes. I have very weird dreams and I scream apparently. My mom and dad have told me they've heard me yelling and they came running down in the middle of the night and I was sleeping. Nothing happened.
So these aren't like night terrors that,
I
you're
just
scared
yell.
of or whatever. It's just you yell. Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. You're doing homework, they said, all the time, which I guess you have to with your course load. So that means on the bus, wherever you are, you're constantly, your nose is in the book?
Yes, definitely. Yep.
Do you get tired of that? Because you probably look at some of your teammates and they're listening to their music and watching movies.
Yeah, it's very bittersweet. I get mad and jealous that they're doing nothing sometimes, but
Yeah.
I know in the end it'll pay off. So.
But it seems like, they said that you still like to have fun and clown around and tell jokes. And I guess there's got to be a balance there.
Yes, definitely soccer has helped with that. The time management, I have very good time management skills. Mm-hmm. And if I didn't have a social life, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So.
Well, it's great you've got the balanced social life and you got a soccer team that's off to a terrific start so far this season. And what's next for the team?
We have a game against Manhattan, which they're pretty good right now. They're ranked up there, so hopefully we get a big win on Saturday.
And that's on the road?
Yep.
And then back home next week?
Yep.
So if you get a chance, come out and watch the Siena Saints play and cheer on Kenzie. We expect to see you back on the field recovered from the hamstring injury.
Yep.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Good luck the rest of the season. You're welcome. Coming up, extra points in football are not supposed to be bank shots, but we've got a crazy one to show you. That's next on The Edge.